pim, 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 pim. Pim, 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 pim. Okay. Then this here. Here, this, I don't know. Well. Okay, everything should be running, if I'm not wrong. Also my PC started to run a little bit faster, so we're so great right now. This over here, this. Well, team of the day, this over here, this. Let me check this, close this up. Yeah, this is here, and yeah, nothing else to really say so far. If I'm not wrong. Therefore, let me get my shot. I don't have a shot. I don't have a shot. Oh no, I forgot to have my chat somewhere. Okay, there it is. There we have it. It exists. The chat by itself. We have chat. Now the only thing that I am kind of lacking is this. I copy this, I place it in the chat, and we are pinning, ping. Yes, I want to pin my own message, my dear boy. This, wait, transition, this one is not the center of the bus. It is this one. Yeah, this one is what I was looking for. It is off-centered or it has borders? No, it has borders in it. What? Okay, I guess so. I will say, fine. If you want to have those borders, you are completely free to do whatever you want. And then let me check quality, something like 480. Well, yeah. Now we really are here, we really are starting, so let me say it correctly. Well, once again, all of us gathered to watch a new video. This time, topic, or well, the video is basically a continuation of specifically the last one we saw. How to master your thinking to shape a reality your way. That video is what we are going to watch now. In this case, the second part of it. What else? Yeah. As always, we are finally all of us gathered. This is an incredible moment. Thanks for being here, thanks to the lurkers, thanks to those who decided to watch the VOD. Thanks, as always. I'm grateful for every single thing. So, without further addition, let us really start now. No, wait. I know, I forgot two things. To mute the guitar, to activate the sound, let it be full. Let me... Okay. Now we should be fine. Yes, we should have sound, yes, right? Let me check. Yes, okay, we're fine.
Have you ever heard the phrase, mind over matter? It may seem cliche, but it holds a lot of truth. Our thoughts have immense power to shape our reality and ultimately determine our happiness and success in life.
Okay. I forgot a tiny fact, and that was that I was not able to keep up with this guy talking so slowly, pronouncing every single thing so perfectly. So sorry, but 0.25 speed.
In this
25.
video, we will further explore how you can master your thinking
Hello,
and
Arke.
shape reality your way.
Yes.
The power of emotions.
Yes.
Emotions are not just fleeting feelings, they are the driving force behind our actions and key architects of our reality. It's like being in the driver's seat of a car. Your emotions, whether they're joy, sadness, anger, or fear, steer your life's journey, determining your direction and destination. Imagine if you're constantly fueled by negative emotions like fear or anger. Your reality would be no different than a storm, unpredictable and tumultuous. On the other hand, positive emotions like joy and love can turn your world into a beautiful sunny day, full of opportunities and growth. But here's the thing, being at the mercy of your emotions is not the way to go. This is where emotional intelligence steps in. Often underestimated, emotional intelligence is the ability to understand and manage your emotions constructively. It's like having a GPS in your car. It doesn't control the vehicle, but it tells you the best route to your destination. Likewise, emotional intelligence doesn't suppress your emotions. Instead, it helps you navigate through them in a healthier and more productive way.
I was going to say it isn't like that, but in a sense, it is almost the opposite. It it was kind of fine, the first definition that it gave, and as it decided to keep explaining itself, I find it to be kind of contradictory, because in reality, if you really want to have control over your emotions, you need to, in a certain sense, be the one who really manages what you're feeling and not let, in general, any kind of particular emotion take control over the human that you are, because the point in this case, as we have already talked, if you do not understand what is that we are watching here, you should go watch the older VOD or video, whatever. But the point is to having an easier life, or to having the possibility of, at the very least, directing your life the way that you want it to be. What the fuck? Well, tiny. We have a tiny break. I don't even know. I guess you are really an incredible watcher, Mr. Copilot. So thank you as always. Ah, well, you also have a subscriber thingy multiplier, because I guess somebody gave it to you. Somebody gifted to you a subscription, so you also earn like 20% more. So, as always, this is the Potato Kiss Redeem. So, I am really thankful for everything that you do, Copilot. I hope that you can keep going also in your desires and your efforts to get anywhere that you want. I know that it is not an easy path what you are going for, but at the same time, the simple concept of being able to keep up with whatever you want shows how resolved you are. So, from this side of the world, from this tiny potato garden, I really encourage you to keep going. Thank you for being here, and also thank you for the redeem. And well, that's it. That's it. Now, as I was saying, um, I guess, yeah, I guess in a sense you should, so to speak, going back to what I was talking about the video, you should be able to suppress your emotions. Because, for example, it isn't that you need to understand how anger works, so to speak. For example, because anger is one of the most predominant emotions that every single human has. But if you if you end up being content with the idea of, if I understand how this works in me, I might change it. You might, in a certain way, allow the possibility of, instead of really working towards a clear path, you might even end up damaging what you get, because anger after a certain point makes sense, so to speak. So you will even lose, yeah, rationalize your way into being enraged. So it isn't always that you need to let every single emotion exist. It is rather that you need to understand how to control them properly, not to simply say, well, you need to understand how your emotions work. You need that, but also a little bit more, so to speak. That is what I was really trying to say in this case. You really need to put the work in that case. It is not only not suppress the feeling. It is not only that. So yes, continue.
Effectively shaping your reality. In the words of Daniel Goleman, emotional intelligence is a master aptitude, a capacity that profoundly affects all other abilities, either facilitating or interfering with them. So, mastering your thinking is not just about controlling your thoughts, but also about understanding and managing your emotions. After all, they are the fuel that drives your thoughts and shapes your reality.
Well, in a sense, I think it wasn't that much addressed, but also the possibility that emotions by themselves give to you when you are thinking about different things is something to really contemplate, because when you, so to speak, let a certain emotion drive how you are thinking, in this case we're not talking about it as if it were something bad, but rather as something that you could really, in a sense, exploit, because you have the possibility of seeing something from the sole point of view of anger. If you know how to do that, or you have the sole possibility of seeing something from the own personal point of view that, so to speak, your compassion could have. For example, having the possibility of experiencing those emotions when you are thinking is also an important part. It isn't that you need to feel to be able to think more. It is rather that if you are able to feel, you might also be able to manipulate the different ways that you feel when you are thinking about things, or rather, you are almost in a sense able to gall forth those emotions to really try to see from different uh, mental states that you find yourself in, because at the end of the day they are different mental states. You are not the same person when you are completely angry as you are not the same person when you are completely compassionate, so to speak. So it is very not important, interesting, because the point here is that it is interesting, not something that you should really strive for if your life is such a complicated mess. But in a sense, yeah, it is good to have it. Hello, Cocomeli. So yes, it is interesting. In another sense, it's weird, but having that possibility open is better than not having it. So yeah, I think I don't have anything else to say so far.
Advanced neuroplasticity and visualization techniques. Neuroplasticity, the brain's extraordinary ability to form new connections and adapt throughout life, plays a crucial role in shaping our reality. Imagine your brain as a dense forest with numerous paths. These paths represent your habits, beliefs, and patterns, both positive and negative. Visualization, a potent tool in our mental arsenal, acts as a guide, helping us to carve new paths in this forest, leading towards a healthier, more positive reality. So,
Wait,
how does visualization aid neuroplasticity?
wait, because it is real that neuroplasticity is a very interesting concept, but at the same time, it is, even if we know it is interesting, we, in a certain sense, do not know as much as we would like to know, so to speak. Because, for example, we know a lot about psychology, we know a lot about physical health and the different diseases that exist in the possible human body and all of those things. But when we are talking about something like neuroplasticity, we cannot really, in a sense, say that we know what we are talking about, at least in this point in time. In the future, it might be possible for us to really say, you are completely capable of developing your neuroplasticity, yes, but right now, I find it to be kind of a topic more in the realm of not, yeah, not a theory, but rather something that you have to test by yourself. For example, I don't know how to put it into a specific word, but rather, if you really want to understand neuroplasticity, you need to work it on yourself, because what triggers neuroplasticity isn't equal on every single human. For example, there is people who really triggers their neuroplastical capacities when they are exercising, and when they are in the same moment they are realizing a repeated action in the way of physical exert, that you find your mind to be able to work in different ways. There is people that really needs to concentrate to enter a deep meditative state to be capable of triggering those states of neuroplasticity that are not so found when they do, as I said before, for example, physical exercise. So we do not have right now that much objective knowledge. In a sense, at the very least, we know that it exists, but it is more like you need to try it for yourself. If you think it is that important, you should try it by yourself. You have no objective reality as how to trigger it. In this case, the only thing I will say is really correlated is, as I hope it is going to say right now, if you utilize the the tool that is visualization in the sense of trying to achieve something by believing that the different things you are doing serve any kind of purpose at all, you might as well find it to be something worthy. But if what you are doing, you do not believe it to give you anything at all, or rather you might even think it is unhealthy for you to do, you should also at the very least analyze how and why you are thinking that way, instead of simply saying this is the correct or this is the completely bad thing to do. Because in this case, the way that they correlate the most is if you understand that when you think about something in a certain way, it changes how that specific thing affects you, you might as well find it to be a true that if you are trying to work towards achieving a developed neuroplasticity inside your brain, what you are doing for the sake of achieving that should be something that you really believe in, and not something that you every single day doubt. Or even if you doubt it, there should be at the very, very, very least an almost equal or even bigger sense of trust into what you're doing. And I think that is a way to put it, yes. So let's see what it says.
Think about a champion athlete mentally rehearsing their performance. The brain doesn't distinguish between real and imagined events, meaning that the mental rehearsal strengthens neural circuits just as physical practice would. This mental rehearsal, or visualization, is a key player in neuroplasticity, helping to forge and strengthen new neural connections. But how can we enhance our visualization for better outcomes? Firstly, engage all your senses. When visualizing, don't just see the picture. Hear the sounds, feel the textures, smell the scents. Engaging all your senses makes your visualization more vivid, strengthening its impact on your neural pathways. Secondly, practice regularly. Consistency is key in visualization. Just as a path in a forest becomes clearer with consistent use, so too does the neural pathway in your brain become stronger with regular visualization. Lastly, positive emotional engagement is crucial. Visualization isn't just...
Okay, there it is. Finally, I wanted to stop it a little bit sooner, my brother. Um, I think it kind of said it, but just in case, it is real that what you are trying to do should be something regular, but at the same time, it, as I said, kind of went over it. Because if, for example, you're really finding an interest in the possibilities or in the idea of developing a better way to do certain things by simply visualizing them in your mind, it is not only by the act of thinking about, for example, I don't know, playing a video game that you become better at it. It is in the act of analyzing the different parts that compose the whole act and it is in the dissection and comprehension of those different mechanisms that play a role in the whole concept that you are trying to become better at, that you really are capable of understanding and also of becoming a better version, so to speak, of the you that you are actually, in that case, analyzing or going over. It is not simply in the act of, for example, as this video said, the runner who thinks about himself running, that he becomes better. It is in those runners who understand that they might need to fix some different patterns that they have when they engage in running. They need to fix how they are breathing. They need to fix how they, for example, place their foot in the ground when they start really having high speeds. There are a lot of different parts. It is not simply in the rehearsal of a single event that you find success in visualizing different goals that you have. It is in the comprehension of what those goals are that you really see, and as I said before, also are capable of becoming better. And also in this case, in this case it is almost the same, because if you comprehend that you need to become better, you open in yourself the possibility, the chance of becoming better. Hello, Vita. Right now we are watching a video, and so far I personally find it to be going very great. So I hope you are also having a good day so far. So right now we are only 4.5 minutes almost in, and we were talking resume the introduction and the concept of developing neuroplasticity and the constant act, or more like habit, of visualizing what you want to do. And as I was right now saying, I was in the part of, if you want to really achieve anything at all, you need to accept the change that will come to you. Because if you think that you are in a sense already perfect, you are almost seeing yourself not so capable of, so to speak, developing yourself. Because those who negate the possibility of becoming better are in a sense already stuck. So, just in case, as I never say it, but just in case, if you have anything to say to apport, literally do it. No problem in stopping and discussing things. Even better for me to hear that. Yes. So that's why you need to not only rehearse in your mind the things that you want to do, you also need to understand that there might be something that needs to change for it to become an even higher quality, so to speak. So in that case, that is why it is important to see that neuroplasticity needs to be worked from a kind of holistic perspective. You cannot say, I will simply rehearse the last game of football that I had. If you do not comprehend that, for example, you might need to be critical about how you played. You might need to be critical about how you sometimes even breathe, where you placing yourself in the areas, how you were doing certain parts, how you were acting at certain minutes. It is not so easy as something that you say, like, you need to think. No, everybody thinks. The way that you think about it is what matters, and how much you think about it, and how much you are open to how you are thinking about it is also what matters. So yes, you need to change your mind first, as Vita said. You need to do it, and you need to be constant. That is completely true. I cannot go against the video in this case. So yeah, I think so far time to continue a little bit, because probably we have been here already like 5 minutes.
Lastly, positive emotional engagement is crucial. Visualization isn't just about seeing, it's about feeling. When you visualize your desired outcome, engage with it emotionally. The emotional charge will supercharge your visualization, making it more potent in shaping your neural pathways and, in turn, your reality. Remember, as Napoleon Hill once said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. With the power of visualization and the science of neuroplasticity, you can truly shape your reality.
Okay, there it is. I think that is something that I do not really like to see in a sense, because you are what? Probably. Oh, I hope they do. I hope they do. I hope. I hate pooping. Hello, Winko. But yeah, I do not really like to say it like that, because you need to understand from where it comes from. But even if you're visualizing, you do not need to be completely positive. You, in a sense, need also, so to speak, accept the possibility of things going wrong, to also be able to be prepared for those things to happen incorrectly, and to also have the possibility of responding to those different possible events in your life, events in what you're trying to achieve, to not find yourself lost in the face of adversity, so to speak. It is not so easy as to go say or feel like, okay, I will, for example, I want to run a marathon, therefore I will imagine myself doing the last 10 steps and really at that point being already an achieved human. You might not understand how completely horrible it would go. How, for example, if you really have no prior workout, or prior preparation to that, you might find yourself, in a sense, physically destroyed after that event. And also, sorry, hello, Kyondike. Yes, right now we are warping through realities, and we are warping our minds to achieve, once again, a little bit more of awareness about things. So, yeah. In the other hand, as you say, Vita, you need to accept that things could go wrong. But if you do not want to see it as a possibility, or almost in a sense as a very possible reality, very plausible reality, you might not really be moving forward any, at anything really meaningful at all, because almost nobody has such a pleasurable reality, or such a non chaotical reality, that because they are simply avoiding those things that are bad, they can say what they are living is good. Even if you avoid it, the chaos and the sadness itself is still there. So, if you do not comprehend that, you might as well be only hurting yourself, or, as also something that might be said here later on, also those who are around you, because it isn't so easy. Well, no. As you say, there is people that will think about everything as going wrong, but the focus here is
Ripple effect,
let me
the science of
let me
believe the mind can
here.
achieve.
It
With the
isn't that
power of
only you need to believe, so to speak, that everything will go correctly. You need to also grasp the possible ways that it could go wrong, because if it goes wrong, you will be okay. If it goes wrong and you find yourself flabbergasted by what happened, it is, in a sense, your problem, not something that comes only from the outside, because what you were planning was so correctly done that it was impossible to go wrong. Therefore, it really catch you out of nowhere when that happened. You need to accept that things might go wrong. In this case, the way of saying it is, even if you're thinking positively, you also need to have a little bit of darkness. Kind of the opposite to what you're saying in that. It is not that you need to have a little bit of hope, but rather that you need to have a little bit of darkness. Because if you do not understand that things might go wrong, when those things that could possibly end up inevitably going wrong, good luck with recuperating yourself from that.
visualization and the science of neuroplasticity, you can truly shape your reality. The ripple effect of actions. Just as a single pebble can create far-reaching ripples across a vast water body, Our actions, no matter how small, can have significant and sometimes unforeseen consequences, a concept often referred to as the ripple effect.
Okay, this is partially true because, for example, one of the most common things that could happen in a body of water, and specifically going by this example, in a body of water that might as well be stagnant, if you throw a rock, the rock itself will create a certain kind of ripple, but that ripple by itself will end up inevitably dying. It is not by doing, or by, in this case, throwing one rock that you create the next biggest tsunami, so to speak. It is in the whole collection of rocks, in the whole collection of ripples, and in the whole continued efforts that you put towards creating, in this case, that tsunami, that it becomes a reality. It it okay. It is not only possible to achieve it by saying once or by trying it in one single moment. It is rather a continuous collection of efforts. The ripples themselves, become more plausible when you understand that the minimal collection of particular events become more meaningful. But if you think that only doing one thing once will really give you an incredibly sufficient by itself advantage, you might be wrong in that case. So yeah, basically that, reinforcing action by more action, or of the same kind, basically. Bam.
One simple kind word or a tiny act of generosity can set off a cascade of positivity, influencing not just the recipient, but also the people they interact with, and so forth.
Okay. This is, in this one is very interesting because this is a psychological kind of practice that you can even do yourself in your own life. It is interesting because it is when you see something that you want to see repeated on someone. Okay, not something. If you see a reaction that you want to see repeated in someone, and you positively reinforce that, so to speak, give a compliment and thankful for what happened and things like that, you have to do it continuously because the people themselves will try it one more time, and if they get once again complimented, rewarded because they did what you wanted, you start to slowly build up that, so to speak, habit of them reciprocating what you do. It is not simply that you say once, thank you for bringing me a coffee to your co-worker that did it. It is in the collection of different moments that your co-worker ended up bringing you a coffee that every single time you're thankful. And the problem here is that you might think it is so easy, but in reality it really requires effort. It is not simply something that you will see once you do it once. So yes, you need to. Oh well, in this case, okay. Let me go a little bit deeper than Vita. The concept itself is, if you see somebody that does something good to you, the most probable way to achieve that same thing repeated is if you are as clear as possible, but to tell them that what they did for you or to you was something that you really enjoy. And if you are as clear as a day in the desire of seeing it happen more, at the very least once more, to prove them that you will really once again be thankful for what they did, you really set, so to speak, in others the habit of doing those things that you already reward. If you do not say anything, or if you simply, so to speak, for example, with a coworker that bring you a cup of coffee, if you simply go and say, "Oh my God, I'm very thankful," and you literally fuck off, you might as well never once again see that guy bring you a cup of coffee, because by what you can literally convey by stopping, taking 1 minute out of your day and saying, you know what, I work even better when I have a cup of coffee, and I am really thankful that you did that to me or for me, because I was able to keep working on what I was already working and also increase my capabilities of work. So really, I am thankful, and if you were to do that, I would be even more thankful. It is not simply that you say thank you. It is that you show the other people what they did for you to you was really meaningful. So yeah, continuing.
However, manifesting the ripple effect in our favor requires conscious effort. It begins with understanding that every action, movement, and decision we make is like throwing a stone into the water. We must be mindful of the ripples we create. Strive to make choices that align with your values and goals, and embellish them with positivity, kindness, and respect. Moreover, being aware of our actions' potential impact encourages us to take calculated risks, make more thoughtful decisions, and in turn, create a positive ripple effect. As the ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu once said, "Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny." So let's choose our pebbles wisely and aim for positive ripples that shape the reality in our favor. Role of
Okay, I guess I kind of skipped over it, but I didn't notice that I did so. Yes, every single pebble that you throw into the water, as it says, has a ripple. Therefore, you should see if what you are throwing is really a pebble or, let's say like this, a piece of poop. So yes, you need to be conscious of what you are giving to your own mind, and also in this case to the collective mind that it is those who are around you. As we said before, it is not the same to do something so easily as literally saying thank you than to being really reciprocal about what you really enjoy seeing. So it matters to do it consciously and not to, so to speak, let yourself go with simply, okay, thank you, and going back to your whole life as if nothing never happened. But in a sense, it is almost a given that you need to do things that matter to you instead of losing your time or stuff like that. In a sense, it is a given. So yeah, no more dwelling on that.
External stimuli and filters. The world in which we live is a vast ocean of information. We are constantly bombarded with stimuli, from the content we consume online to the conversations we carry in our daily lives. Every book we read, every show we watch, each song we listen to, they all have the power to influence our thoughts, emotions, and in turn, our reality. Therefore, selective consumption becomes vital. Consuming uplifting and inspirational content can help nurture a positive and resilient mindset, just as how a gardener selectively waters and nourishes.
Well, I guess, as I said before, if you know what you are giving to yourself, you kind of, so to speak, have the possibility of really feeling that what you're obtaining and what you're inputting into your mind and your body is really important. If you do not understand that, you might as well never, or what, not never, you might as well not yet be able to really achieve things as much as you desire them to become a reality. Because if, for example, kind of as we said yesterday, if you hello Dosing, thank you for the raid. What, why is it your first message? It is literally not the first message anyways, but thank you Dosing for the raid. Hello raiders, hello Kamui, hello Mo, hello Dosing, as I said before. So, oh, hello, Flansen. Why is everybody getting first message once again? What is happening? I don't know. Anyways, how was the game? Did you finish the demo? And in our side, we are watching a video. It is pinned and it is titled "How to Master Your Thinking to Shape Your Reality Your Way." So far, we have gone basically over a little bit of neuroplasticity, the act of visualizing your objectives, how different things affect you, and all of that. So we really have been doing a little bit of work, and well, very very good to hear that you enjoyed the game. As long as what I was able to watch, it was really funny, or not funny, interesting. So yeah, I I also I think I told you, yeah, that it was going to come out probably second quarter of 2024. So that you also take here if you didn't know that. And also I am kind of addicted to the mechanic of gambling in your channel. That's why I had to leave. Sorry. So it was incredible. I lost like 500 points in gambling. It was beautiful. But well, yeah, it was incredible. But okay, now I think if nothing else shall be said, we must continue with this. Um, I I think I coincidentally finished the thought that I was having, I think. And if I wasn't, I probably kind of got distracted. So, anyways, also, oh, sorry, hello, and now thank you for lurking. Sorry for not saying anything before, I think. So, yes,
The
let's
plants
keep.
to ensure their optimal growth. Deepening belief systems. Our core beliefs are the very foundation upon which our thought processes, actions, and reactions are built. They are like the roots of a tree, deeply embedded within us, influencing the direction of our growth. These beliefs can either propel us towards our goals or restrict us in self-built cages of fear and doubt. How can we then reinforce positive beliefs and discard detrimental ones? To strengthen positive beliefs, consistency is key. Just as a sculptor shapes a statue with continuous, deliberate strokes, we must.
It is the second time that we go over the idea of an sculpture. So, okay, in a sense, yes, your mind is something that you can chisel at, but at the same time, it is not an sculpture that you are working on because the mind is so incredibly flexible that you can literally change every single part and still keep being alive. If there is almost nothing that you can destroy and not build from the get-go, so to speak. It is if a human really desires it, it is impossible to get, so to speak, completely destroyed. So you are not that much of an sculpture, so to speak. You are in some senses because you are completely changeable, but in some matters you also have the possibility of completely becoming something so utterly different you yourself from the future might not even know who you were in the past. So yes, that. And well, I mean, it shouldn't really be a worry if, as it said here, you live in a cage of fear and doubt, because in a sense, these kind of videos mostly want to, for those who never thought about it, implant a certain sense of fear and almost doom because you are not working towards that, when in reality the path of becoming someone better is always open to you, and it is not something that you can go back, so to speak. If you understand the concepts that you are inserting into your mind, you might as well keep them forever with you. If you didn't understand them, it is something different. But if you integrate them in your life, you might not have to fear about finding yourself going back to the content that you already learned and all of that. So do not worry if what sometimes the video says is so hurtful. As I said before, the desire of implanting a necessity of hearing even more of what you already are seeing becomes bigger and bigger, because even if this is a video that in a sense is helpful, it still needs to give the creators a little bit of income. So yes. Oh yeah. I think it is kind of funny because you can say it like this. Yes, and changing is hard. Fighting your fear is hard because the problem is that in a sense you were promised it was going to be easy. Almost nothing in this life, and even more when you are, so to speak, someone who has already built your own character, will be easy to do in you. So you need to accept that it will be hard to really keep going towards whatever you want to change. Because if you have the ideal, or if you yourself keep or allow the concept of whatever you are really trying to enforce in you to become a reality, so to speak, to or that it will be one of the easiest things to happen is to really understand that it will be hard, and in if it by any perchance it becomes something that you can do easily, it is something that you can find more gratitude than to simply saying this is hard and despairing with. In reality, it might as well be one of the hardest things that you will need to tackle in your life. It is not so easy. Well, basically that it will never be easy. Yes, literally playing life on hard. You need to accept that, because if out of nowhere you find certain things that are easy, you will be more happy than to think you're playing on an unbalanced easy. Nobody has it easy, even if it from the outside seems to be easy. Continuing.
Regularly feed our minds with positive affirmations and experiences. Set small, achievable goals each day that align with your beliefs. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and use them as a foundation to build your confidence and belief in your abilities. Detrimental beliefs, however, need a different approach. Discarding them is like uprooting a plant. It requires effort and may bring discomfort. Start by identifying these beliefs. Challenge them with logical reasoning and evidence. Encourage yourself to step out of your comfort zone, face your fears, and replace negative thoughts with positive ones. Remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback. In the end, the power lies within you. As Mahatma Gandhi rightly said, your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values, and your values become your destiny. Positive habit formation.
Okay, first thing, there are now already two people who said the exact same thing with the exact same words, but we are going to ignore that for the sake of this argument. Incredible. As I was trying to say, oh my god. I guess in a sense it is true that you need to analyze things from a not so completely correct perspective, but to accept that what you are going to deal with will need to be worked on. But in another way, you might also need to comprehend that even if you rationalize your way into different things, um, it might be bad. Why? Because something that also ends up happening in some people who is depressed, it is that they are over rational. It is almost the opposite as being over sentimental, because you let yourself become so rational and so critical in your own way that you think everything will be only become the reality that you already depict, so to speak. If you know that something will happen or will go wrong in certain kind of ways, if you by yourself rationalizing those different things and doing even more and more and adding more parts and becoming even more, so to speak, convinced that those bad things will become even worse, you are not giving yourself a tool to deal with the problems. As in this case it was talking about, you are not giving yourself the tools to clear the different problematics that you have. You are only deepening what you already are struggling with. You need also the capacity of going outside of what you are already thinking and analyzing it from a different perspective. And thank you, Kyondike, for your comment. I guess if it as I always say, if you find anything meaningful at all, I hope it really becomes useful to you. So, because in a sense, that is one of the main purposes of this. So, yes, thank you. Now, as I was saying, you need to really take a step back, analyze things from different perspective. Also, for example, something that even this own video said and now kind of contradicts in itself on is the possibility of analyzing things from the different perspective that give you different emotions. That is one of the easiest tools to utilize in the mind, so to speak. Why? Because you can change how you feel. You can channel and, so to speak, almost invoking you a certain emotion, and by having that emotion flourish in your heart, you can also go to the ideas that you already have and see if from that different point of view that you have, because you are feeling a certain way, that might change or not. If you have those possibilities, you will really find more and more tools to deal with the same problem. You need to understand that there are a lot of tools, and in this case that you need to deepen your knowledge about them. But if you are willing to do that, you will have an incredible reward for you lying ahead, so to speak.
And routine management. Habits are unbidden drivers of our lives, steering us towards our goals or leading us astray, often without our conscious realization. They are the silent architects of our daily routine, building a structure that can serve as a path to success or a road to mediocrity. But the magic of habits lies in their malleability. They can be shaped, molded, and transformed to serve our ambitions. Creating productive habits starts with understanding their anatomy. Habit formation follows a simple loop: cue, routine, and reward. Deeply understanding this loop is the first step to building new habits. Start by identifying a positive action you want to turn into a habit, associate it with a daily cue, and reward yourself each time you perform it. Over time, this cycle reinforces the habit until it becomes a natural part of your daily routine.
Okay, not only it is one of the easiest ways to conceiving yourself the different kind of hello welcome the different kind of reinforced habits, but also if you understand a little bit of how the mind works, if you give yourself a sense of randomness on when you give yourself a reward or not, you might also find it incredibly interesting that you can even become or embedding yourself those habits even more, just because you are changing the possibilities of by yourself, or because you yourself wanted, so to speak, you give way to those rewards to happen. So yeah, it is important to do what you know or what you feel might be helpful to you. Do it consistently, but also it might be interesting to not consistently reward yourself, because almost as I said before, if you consistently give yourself a reward, you might not find the what you are doing that is good, interesting, but rather you might end up being fixated on the goal, or in this case, the reward itself. Why? Because if the reward that you are giving to yourself is strong enough that you want to do that act, it might as well be only a facade that you created for the reward to be given to you, not something that you really desire to do, and therefore you give to your unconscious mind such a tiny reward, so to speak. So yes, it also needs some, as almost with anything, pondering, but you yourself always have the possibility of understanding that. Yeah, but the concept here is it it is harder to do things without any reward. So there is a certain even bigger reward, or even bigger attachment that you can create in yourself if, when you doing things, not always decide to give you rewards. Why? Because at this point I will be surprised if anybody here didn't know about it. The concept of Skinner box can be even applied to you in that sense. That is why when you have the possibility of not always receiving a reward for something that you consistently do, you find yourself more motivated towards doing it even more. So that's why it is important to, if you have the possibility, randomizing when you give yourself the reward, not always being consistent with it, because in a sense it almost gives you more to strive for. So yes, that.
Sustaining productive habits, however, doesn't happen overnight. It demands patience, perseverance, and commitment. To make this process easier, start with small habits. For instance, if your goal is to read more, start with reading a page a day. Gradually, as the habit integrates into your daily routine, increase your reading time. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither are habits. The power of habit is immense. It's like water carving a canyon. The repeated action over time leads to incredible results. So take advantage of this power, construct a routine that propels you towards your goals, and watch as your reality transforms according to your design. Collaborative reality shaping. While individual thinking has power, there is an immensely transformative force when minds come together. This is the concept of collaborative reality shaping. We're all familiar with the phrase, 2 heads are better than 1, right? Well, imagine the potential when numerous minds align towards a shared goal. This is not just the power of group thinking, it's the power of group energy. The influence of group thinking and energy is profound. It amplifies the collective intention, creating a resonant field that can actualize shared aspirations at a faster pace. It's akin to several drops of water coming together to form a powerful current, shaping the very path it traverses. Similarly, when we align our thoughts, intentions, and actions with others, we can shape our shared reality in remarkable ways. However, harnessing this power of community requires intentionality. It begins with a vision, a shared goal that everyone in the group believes in. It's about creating a safe space for ideas to flourish, where everyone's voice is heard and contributions are valued. It's about fostering a sense of unity, a harmony of thoughts that propels everyone towards the shared goal.
Okay.
Challenging.
That's it. I wanted to pose it in a kind of important place, because what do you mean actualization field? Kyondike? What do you mean? But while I wait for your response, I was going to say it kind of correlates with what I was explaining before. You always have the possibility of showing others how much what they do to or for you is really meaningful to you. Therefore, if you have the possibility, you should take your time of doing that. In this case, we can take it from the perspective of how much do you really think other people will notice, or how much you yourself notice what other people really likes that you perform or you do for them, if they are not as clear as a day, so to speak, with how much they enjoy those things. If in this case, if you want to create an ambient that has all of those attributes of being a place where you want to build the habit of being grateful, the habit of striving towards a goal, and all of that, if in a sense, because let's say you are limiting yourself because you do not want to, so to speak, remove or be an obstruction to others, it might be almost an excuse that you created to satisfy your own desire of not being so open about who you really feel about those things. Because in a sense it is almost kind of weird to notice that we block in our own personas the possibilities of really feeling that much towards anyone, when in reality, if you really want to create anything at all, or any real connection at all with others, you need to be open as much as you can with others. It does not come from the simple act of being there. It comes from the real openness that a relation has with one another. So yes, in this case, moving on. Hello, Kevin. Sorry for not saying hello earlier. I hope you are having a great day, great evening, whatever time zone you are in. Right now we're watching a video. So far, in only an hour we have already done like 13 minutes. So yeah, we still have how many? Like 6 more. So expect it to last, I don't know, 20 more minutes or so. I don't know how much it will take me. But yeah, at the end of the day, it is interesting to do that. So, anyways, he was using it as a smile, as a simile for a group. Oh yeah, basically, yes. If if you understand that it is group motivation, you need to, so to speak, understand how important it becomes for the whole sake of the group to be as open and as supportive as you can. Because it is not in the effort of only one person that does that the whole group becomes better. It is in the sustained groupal effort that the group itself is still able to keep going. So yes, that's why in this case I will say it like the video kind of focuses in the way of everybody already understanding this, because if you understand how important it is to be good to others in the sense that we already discussed, you already know how to really show it to others. But if you yourself do not have that in your own mind, you might as well never be able to really show anybody else or reciprocate appropriately enough all of those things to show others how you really want that different parts of the group to flourish even more. So yes, now we shall continue a little bit more.
And reconstructing core beliefs. One of the most formidable yet essential tasks on the journey to master your thinking is challenging your long-held beliefs. In the words of Socrates, an unexamined life is not worth living. And this rings especially true for our innermost convictions. These core beliefs, often formed during our early life experiences, operate as filters through which we perceive and engage with the world around us. They are the unseen architects of our reality, subtly shaping our thoughts, emotions, and actions.
Okay, I wasn't completely sure about pausing here, but in a sense, the most important thing that you need to understand here is Socrates was one of the most harsh philosophers there was, even more for the old Roman Empire. So it it doesn't mean that, so to speak, if your life is not so analyzed and not so understood by yourself, you should, in a sense, kill yourself. No, that isn't the message. The message is you have the possibility, as we kind of discussed before, you have always the possibility of going and analyzing what you're doing, what your motivations are, why you're so embedded into different efforts and things like that. If you understand them, you might also be able to change them even more. So yes, that is why it is important. The message isn't, you know what, your life serves zero purpose. You should kill yourself now. No, that isn't the message.
Imagine a pair of glasses with a particular tint. Everything you see is colored by that tint, affecting your perception of the world. Similarly, unchallenged beliefs can limit our understanding, keeping us confined within a narrow sphere of perception. Therefore, questioning these beliefs is not just crucial, it's transformative. It allows us to remove the glasses and see the world in its true colors, leading us to a more authentic and empowered existence.
Shouldn't it be the other way? Like, it is not only transformative, it is crucial. Because if you don't understand how imperative it is for you, in a sense, to strive to be someone who is really, in almost every single sense, better, aside from possibly being an ignorant, if you become, in that sense, someone who understands that, you might see how important and how really vital it is for every single human to be like that. I think it is kind of the other way. It is not only transformative, it is crucial. But well, anyways, nothing else that the video has been saying so far, or what this part so far has said needs correction.
So how do we reconstruct and reinforce a new set of empowering beliefs? The method is twofold: awareness and replacement. First, awareness. It begins with introspection, with turning the lens inward and uncovering those hidden beliefs that have been directing our life. This could involve journaling, meditating, or even seeking the guidance of a skilled therapist or coach. As the saying goes, the truth will set you free, and this couldn't be more accurate when it comes to disentangling ourselves from limiting beliefs.
Okay, stop. And in a sense, I would even say, echo chambers, hate. Well, you have to go through them. But okay, there is a particular part that really needs to be corrected, and that is the truth will set you free. My brother, let me tell you this: the truth will hurt more through the rest of your life than what your whole life by itself being ignorant might be, or could possibly be. So do not be so do not rely so much on the idea that sometimes the truth itself will be good. Not every single truth and even less in nowadays world is freeing. At the very least, it will free you from not understanding why things are the way that they are. But not every single truth by itself is good. So that is the heaviest part that I will say. Like, the rest doesn't really need to be addressed so far. I will say, only as we kind of talked before, even if the video is able to resume a process that could go almost a whole life in a twofold, in reality, it isn't easy. And in this case, we can really say the video is portraying it as something easy, but it never is easy. Do not expect it to be easy. Yes, completely. Ignorance is always the bliss, but we already know, in a sense, if you already know what that phrase means, you're already in the way of change, we can say.
Next, replacement. Once we've identified a belief that no longer serves us, we can choose to replace it with an empowering one. This isn't a one-and-done process. It requires consistent reinforcement. Techniques such as positive affirmations, visualization, and even cognitive restructuring can help cement these new beliefs into our subconscious mind. Remember, it is not the world but our beliefs about it that shape our reality. By challenging and reconstructing our core beliefs, we don't just change our thinking, we change our lives. And that, my friends, is the ultimate power of thought. Holistic approaches to reality shaping. In our journey toward...
There shouldn't be almost anything here to change aside from the idea that, as I said before, not only it will not be easy, but in this case specifically, we kind of said it before, so let me do the resume version. You already know that a lot of different tools really need to be understood to be used properly. If you do not stop to really observe how you use them, you might not really be able to extract the whole potential that they might hold. So yes, in that case it also means you need to comprehend what you have at hand to work with or to work on.
The ultimate power of thought. Holistic approaches to reality shaping. In our journey towards shaping reality through the mastery of thought, it's fundamental to understand that this process is holistic, embracing the equilibrium of mind, body, and soul. Have you ever noticed how your physical state can influence your mental state, and vice versa, this is no coincidence. It's a testament to the interconnectedness of our being. Physical well-being is a powerful ally in our quest for thought mastery. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate sleep are not just keys to a healthy body, but they also foster a healthy mind.
Okay.
They enhance our...
Give me a second. It is true, and what the video is saying can... what the video is saying has not only been proven in the kind of spiritual way, but also is something that the science itself proves to you. As in this case, this is the perfect time to once again remind every single person, my brother, what you are hearing here, what you are seeing being spoken of, is not something that you should live here and take as the complete reality. You can go and search for the answers by yourself. It won't, and in this case, we can even say it won't be easy to find the complete or the correct answers, but you can really find, for example, for this, how much impact it has on a correct amount of sleep, your mind, how much impact it has in a correct amount of diet, your mind, how much it impacts the other way, how much it impacts the ways that you think about the action that you're doing, the exercises that you're realizing, how much everything matters. It is not something that is only from the spiritual side. It really is important to see that, because if you live here thinking that this is a rambling from, in this case, an old voice, let's say an old man, you might not comprehend how really meaningful it is to work on you in the holistical way that right now it is talking about.
Mood, boost our cognitive functions, and increase our mental resilience, thereby making it easier for us to nurture positive and empowering thoughts. Complementing physical well-being is the practice of spirituality, which serves as the bridge between our mind and soul. Meditation, mindfulness, prayer, or any form of spiritual practice can ground us, helping us to quiet the noise of the external world and tune in to our inner self. This heightened self-awareness allows us to recognize and transform our thought patterns more effectively. So, as we venture into this exploration of thought mastery, let's not forget to care for our body, respect our emotions, and nurture our spirit. After all, mastering our thinking to shape our reality is not just an intellectual exercise. It's a holistic endeavor that involves every aspect of our being.
What the fuck? This guy is smoking, no, this is an endorsement of drugs. I fucking hate this.
It's a holistic endeavor that involves every aspect of our being. Conclusion. As we reach the conclusion of our exploration into the mastery of thought and shaping our reality, we reiterate its importance as a continual transformative journey rather than a final destination. This journey is both personal and universal, a shared human endeavor that connects us all in our quest for self-understanding and the realization of our potential. Mastering our thinking to shape our realities is a lifelong expedition, one filled with discovery, growth, challenge, and achievement. It's not about achieving perfection, it's about embracing the whole, the duality of light and shadow within us, and navigating through life with wisdom, grace, and resilience. Remember, our thoughts and beliefs are the architects of our reality. They sculpt our perceptions, color our experiences, and ultimately determine the quality of our lives. So continue to explore, to cultivate self-awareness, and to consciously choose empowering thoughts. After all, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. In the realm of thought mastery, that step is the decision to take control of our thoughts and beliefs, to shape our reality according to our deepest aspirations and the grandest version of who we are. Let's keep walking this path with courage, curiosity, and compassion. Remember, each step we take in mastering our thoughts brings us closer to the reality we desire. As Lao Tzu wisely said, watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, they become character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. Now,
there it is. Basically, that, yes, I think, therefore I am, and I think I really don't have anything else to add. At the very least, they know how to end their videos, so I don't have to really add almost anything else when ending fucking what the fuck wrong scene. This one there it is. Wrong scene, sorry. I don't really need to add anything else. I kind of, in a sense, already did, so yeah. What I can really say is, as always, in this case, a really big thanks to everybody who decided to stick so far, those who were able to extract anything at all from this. Today, we really once again cultivated ourselves, and once again, we really achieved a little bit more of knowledge. Always, thanks for hearing, thanks for lurking, thanks for chatting, thanks for thinking at the very least. Thanks, really thanks for doing something, for being and for working. If even sometimes if you do not feel like doing anything at all, thanks. Today it was once again an improvement, a little bit more. Where do I find my videos? My feed. I cannot really. If I were to tell you, I would be lying to you because I cannot find these videos. So, well, yeah, I don't go to any kind of special place to find these videos.
It's over,
I
9.
really find them on my feed. Well, I think
That guy got beat up.
I didn't turn off the audio. You noticed that I was searching for a video for someone to ride. As I was going to say, I might be able to show you who gave me, so to speak, that. Yeah, basically, who created that algorithm in me, but it is up to you to find how to do that. So far, I can only say that it is possible to create an algorithm like that. And well, as always, obviously, just in case, yes, I was completely fucking trolled at the ads. Well, no, I think it was Netflix or something like that, playing on a fucking #1 stream when I open Twitch.tv as it is. So yes, no, well, as I said before, thanks to you for being here. Let me just do this because what the fuck? Why people think that they are interrupting me? I literally stop because I want. If what you were okay, sorry for being vain. If what you are telling me were literally no at any interest at all, I will not even stop. So yes, as I was going to say now, the Discord, there will be published the link to the video when we're done with this. Now we are raiding Digby. Why? Because I think I never raided him, so we are going to do that. Because also let me just in case check. No, also thanks to you guys for being here. I already said thanks to you for sticking, for hearing, for being able to track anything at all. If you were able to do that, because it is my enjoyment to do this. So yes, really thanks to you. Now, once again, we shall really, in this case, what is the explanation on that emote? I don't know. I wanted to have a group of potatoes. That is the simplest explanation that I could give you. I had to, another explanation is I had to create more emotes, and at that point I already ran out of ideas. So that's why I made an emote of different potatoes to give the whole Spoot community a single emote that represents the different Spoots in our Spoot family. Yeah. Now, as I was saying, let us indulge a little bit more in entertainment. For the sake of entertainment, we're going to raid Digby Cat, the Mr. Gato, who in this case is, what is he playing? He's playing Fate Samurais once again. Yes, we are going once again to enjoy what we are going to see. Thanks as always for being here, for sticking out until the end, and let me this raid, there it is, for the message for those who want to use it, and for those who do not want to use it, yourself, mate. But well, anyways, as always, thanks. Now we really are raiding, and also that's it for now. At night, I don't even know. Probably, I will think what will we doing tonight, but that is my problem. I will have to deal with it myself. Goodbye.